There it is.
Okay. You guys should have heard the little recording. I am going to, oops, I just lost you guys. Boy, I haven't had a Zoom meeting in a while.
We're here.
Oh yeah, you're here, but I can't see you. There you are.
Oh yeah, you're here, but I can't see you. There you
are. Looks like we got Jen now too.
Perfect. So like I said, I'm going to call this meeting to order. It's the official time. It looks like it's 7:34. Thanks everybody for coming. I did see Luz Lawton and now I don't see her anymore, but oh, there she is. Thanks for joining, Luz. She's the PTA Council President. I'll have a little update about her and why she's here a little bit later. So I thank you for being our guest tonight. And Elena's on, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her for the minutes, and then I'll go ahead and do my president's report after she's done.
Hi. Okay, so we just need to vote to approve the January 9th minutes. So I motion to approve.
I second.
Okay.
Joe's muted.
I was muted, yeah.
I guess I always forget, do we do an actual vote or is that sufficient?
No, you can actually just say, are there any changes proposed to the minutes? We don't actually have to vote. That was something that council found out last year, but we're still like the cycle. Yeah. But we don't technically need to motion to approve the minutes. We just have to ask if there's any changes, and if not, then they're approved.
Okay. Does anybody have any changes?
No.
No. Okay. And then the only e-votes we did since the last meeting were just to approve grants. So that is the entirety of my report.
Thank you. Yes, we approved. We had some more funding from a push that we did in December to ask parents for additional donations, and we were able to fund some more grants that hopefully Christina will be able to tell us about later. Okay, where I want to share, I'm really sorry, you guys. I have not done this in a while, and now I can't find, oh, there we go, share screen. I'm just going to share the event agenda. Oh, it doesn't like that I want to do that. It's asking for security settings. Well, you can tell I haven't had a Zoom meeting in a while.
Sorry, my cat wanted to make an appearance on Zoom. I got her under
Yay. Control. Okay. Hopefully this will, no, it still says open system preferences and grant access.
You want me to, I'll try and share.
I got it. I got it. I think I got it. Where did you guys go? There you are. Here we go.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm seeing it. There
Yay.
it is.
It took me 5 minutes from our meeting. So that was Elena. I'm just going to give a brief president's report. My report consists of asking for people to put their hand up and hopefully join us on the PTA. We are a really fun group of people, and we get together about once a month. Some committee open e-board positions and committees have spent a little bit more time than others. And some of them have busier times of the year than others. You can get more information from myself, or you can get more information from the current people who hold those positions. We do have a sign up for the open positions that are available. Oh, I have that here. Can you guys see if I change it to the sign up? Can you guys see that too?
Yep. It's coming through.
So we have the committee chairs that we have open are teacher appreciation. So Rachel, who runs that right now, she did it last year. She's doing it again this year. She is looking for some volunteers. So a good way to get your feet wet could be potentially by helping Rachel out this year. But that committee job is open for next year. We also have fundraising. Also, feel free to grab a friend. I co-chaired a First Fridays committee for a while because I didn't feel quite confident in handling it all on my own, and somebody already was the chair and was looking for a co-chair, and it was a great way for me to get my feet wet. So consider grabbing a friend and doing it together, or we could have even a partner duo. So just some ideas to throw out there. Fundraising chair, we did have that position filled this year. We could use something like that. So if you're interested or have some ideas on ways that we could do fundraising and to help us out, that would be a great chair to fill. Wouldn't take up too much time. We do have on the executive board. So what I like to point out about the positions on the executive board is the grants that come in from the teachers and the administrations. You are directly discussing and voting on how that money is put to use. So those are, if that's something that you care about and are passionate about, then that's a way for you to get involved there. So we have the vice president, which usually is the president-elect for the following year. It doesn't have to be that way, but that's how in the past it has kind of gone through that way. But this year that's happened. Sarah Muzzin is the vice president, and she'll be taking on the president for next year. But like last year, there were some differences last year, so it doesn't have to be that. And then we have media and marketing. That's also an executive board position, and that position is open as well. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or anybody who currently holds those positions. And all that information is on the Seaholm website under PTA. You can see who holds the current position, and my contact information is there as well. We also are looking for somebody potentially to work on alumni relations. This is kind of something brand new. We aren't really sure where this would be going, but maybe something to coordinate with somebody at the school to help out with alumni relations. So if anybody has interest in doing that, I just thought I would add that here as something that maybe if somebody has a forte for that or has some really great ideas. So yeah. We also have opportunities to volunteer, like I said, during Teacher Appreciation Week. I am going to actually turn it over to Luz right now because she has some open positions as well. Luz is the district PTA president. So each PTA, we have our own, e-board and committee chairs. And then we have a council that is over all the PTAs for all the schools in the BPS school district. And so Luz is our fearless leader in that venture. So Luz Lawton, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Andrea. Andrea is correct. So we are the liaison between the Michigan PTA and all of you local units. And so I don't, like you guys work with the parents in your school and those in your community. I work with just the PTA presidents within the district. And so we kind of help you guys, like Andrea said, it was a learning process to learn that we don't have to vote for the minutes. We just ask for any changes and approval. So those are the types of things that I do at the council level. And in the way you think of Mr. Wicker as he is your principal, so Dr. Roberson, the superintendent, is like my principal. And so we operate just like you do. I have an executive board I have a lot of positions to fill. A lot of people, I think, want me to stay on and don't want to take over, but I think that it's good to transition and to bring in new people. It's not as intimidating as you think. And so we have 4 VP positions that are usually entry level. And so the idea is that we just want to bring in more people so that you guys kind of understand what it is that we do, you know, and how you can help district-wide. And so, like Andrea has here, I am looking to fill my position. I have held this position president for 2 years. My president-elect took a job within the district, so she cannot be the president, and our secretary. And then I do have 1 VP position open. So if any of you have any questions or interest, you know, please reach out to me or Andrea, and she can put you in touch with me.
Thank you. We also are working on the district Volunteer of the Year award. So as we are a high school, it actually was linked in the e-news. You should have gotten a link to start nominating people. So we'll take nominations throughout just after spring break, I believe, and then we'll go ahead and vote on the people that were nominated. And as a high school, we get to put forward 2 representatives for Volunteer of the Year, and they are recognized at the district awards ceremonies. So what's exciting about that for the PTA this year is the district awards ceremony is held at Seaholm this year in the new auxiliary gym. So Sarah has been working really hard on that as well as the other VPs and the district council. And the reflections award winners will be highlighted, the state award winners, but we actually have 3 at Seaholm. So we had 3 state level award winners out of what, 500 applicants, right? I think so. 3 were chosen from Seaholm. So that's
amazing. That's amazing
yeah.
that you guys have that.
Yeah. So it's just kind of all aligning. We have 3 state award winners. We're holding the district awards banquet ceremony. That's where also the presidents for the next school year are sworn in at that awards banquet. And
also, Andrea, what's really exciting is that I've been contacted by the Michigan PTA. And so we are looking to have 2 to 3 of the representatives from the Michigan PTA join us this year. And this is the first.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So that's all I have for my president's report. I have some things to mention in new business, so I'm going to be quiet for now. I'm going to turn it over to Jen and see if she could give us a little report about the money.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, I'm trying to turn on my camera, but it's, no, it's weird. It keeps telling me, oh, wait, okay.
We're not used to Zoom.
I don't know what's going on. I'm totally failing on this. So apologies that I'm not on camera, but yeah, happy to give a quick report. So as previously mentioned, the big activity right now is kind of our second wave of grants, which we're going to go through in more detail. But right now, from a treasurer perspective, funding those, updating our budget accordingly. We also have another round of kind of expenses coming up with year end. We've got a number of things like our career day activities. We have a couple of big staff appreciation week, which comes up in May. So again, looking forward to getting all those funded. You know, net, we're still coming in right around, you know, essentially being even for the year. So paying out everything that we've pulled in, which is obviously ideal. I have done a refresh, and right now we do seem to be on track, especially now that we've been able to get those additional grants paid out because we were, as Andrew mentioned, very successful on our ask for additional funding during the year. So again, thanks to everybody who was able to help fund. We got a nice number of grants out the door and really came close. We're much closer now to the revenue that we had in the prior year, and a lot of the same budget activities that we had in the prior year. So really great news all around. I think overall, nothing overly else to report. I would just encourage again, if anybody has any expenses that they need reimbursement for, please reach out to me. I will note that we are low on our Venmo funds, but our checking account is nice and robust, paying out money. So right now we're doing transfers based on both Zelle and then good old paper checks. And then we'll be trying to figure out how to get some more money into the Venmo account, as I know that's the preferred method for many folks. But in the short term, those are the two other options. And I think that's everything I have going back through here. Yeah, so that is it. But again, just please, if you do have an expenditure that you need reimbursement for, please reach out. We'll get that over to you as soon as possible.
Thanks, Jen.
Yep.
I'm actually going to turn it over to Mr. Wicker for his report.
Well, good evening, everyone. It is weird to be back on Zoom at the kitchen table at my house, but you know, it's fine. I spent enough time at school as it is. Trimester 2 is over. It was a great trimester. You know, the kids got a couple snow days and we got some time off, and that was nice. This is a really busy week at school. So, I mean, obviously Monday was that half day and our first day of trimester 3. Today, your kids may have told you, you might have seen it in the e-news, but today was our Artificial Intelligence and Education Conference, spearheaded by Robin Moten. So we had some great speakers today, including Michael Kanan, who works for the Department of Defense, who's in charge of AI. Originally, he worked in the Air Force, so he went to the Air Force Academy, and now he is the undersecretary. I don't know, you can find him on LinkedIn. It's really great. Forbes 30, class of 07. Great speech to the kids. We probably had about 500 or 600 kids that came down to the keynote start. And he was very real with them about AI, you know, very real that it's not designed to solve all of their problems, though it is a great tool. It's not going to take jobs away, but it's going to change work. And he encouraged everyone. He said that his wife is a graphic artist, and he talked about how, you know, it's not just STEM jobs that use AI, that his wife uses as an artist, uses AI all the time, and how, you know, we should think about it as an extension of what everybody can do. And it was very interesting. Then we had some speakers from Oakland University. We had our own teachers talk. Mr. Seaborg talked about, you know, music creation and AI, and our own computer staff. He spoke to about the different forms of AI that students can use in it. And then it ended with, we also had a student seminar, Mr. Yusko, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on Rob's name. And then we had a student-led seminar in the Little Theater, and then we closed with a closing keynote from the Dean of the Honors College at Oakland University. So I think that if you read the headlines, AI is very doom and gloom. It's going to change everything and make everything terrible. But I think it was a great time today to have students realize, you know, that, you know, it's definitely a watershed moment up there with the internet and the personal computer and those things. And I thought it was a really great opportunity for kids to hear from some really smart people and who are doing some real great expert level work in the area. And they were always very impressed with how the questions our kids asked and the attention that they, you know, mostly paid, which, you know, that's pretty good. Thursday is career day. So if you have a junior, I think the signups are still open. And if they are not, they can reach out to Miss Huddy, who is here in January. So career day is on Thursday for juniors. We have 14 different careers coming in. As of right now, we have about 175 juniors signed up. So it's a little more than half. And it's a really great opportunity for students to interact with people, you know, for either jobs that they think they want to do and they want to meet someone and learn about that a little bit more, or perhaps speak with a man or a woman who does a job that they maybe never thought of but want to learn something more about. So we have brought it back post-COVID in this way of doing it where it's at school, because it used to be out in the work sites. But so many of the people we talked to said, well, you know, unless you want to come to my home office, you're not really going to see, you know, not as many people work out at places anymore. So it's a really great opportunity. It's just for juniors. But one of the things that Andrea was talking about, because I spoke to her a little bit about this alumni relations, a lot of our people who do career day are Seaholm alums, or they have some connection. And it's great for that one day for the juniors. But, you know, we could do so much more, and tapping into with what our alumni, and as Andrew pointed out, I don't, it's a little amorphous right now, and there's so many things changing, but I wouldn't mind working with people who are interested in that. And then Friday, we have our Digital Readiness Day. So that's for 9th, 10th, and 11th graders. If you haven't heard, our standardized tests are all online this year, and students need to use their district issued device. So on Friday, everyone 9 through 11 needs to bring their district issued computer fully charged to school, and they will be working with our counseling staff to make sure that their computer is has everything downloaded. Like Blue Book is one of the programs, to make sure that they have success on the SAT or the PSAT coming up. So again, that's on Friday for 9th through 11th graders. They need to bring their BPS issued device fully charged. So, because there's not enough plugs for, you know, 900 kids to all plug in at the same time. So fully charged, and bring it on Friday to make sure that their computer will be ready to go on standardized test days. Coming up, we, of course, spring sports started on Monday. So those tryouts were held before, but we do have some no-cut teams and some very large teams. We have more athletes that participate in the spring than any other season, which is helped by the fact that both track and lacrosse have quite big teams. So we have a lot of athletes in the spring, and it is just still a great time to get outside. And I know I don't want to step on Katie's toes. I know we have some exciting things planned for the spring for our seniors and for some other students. But yeah, so we're just getting there. You know, if you have a senior or you're working with the seniors, you know, the kids tell me that Mr. Wicker, it's third try, no try. So we're trying to keep them motivated, especially past spring break. They're still a very valuable member of the Seaholm community, and we like them to show up and do well. Their teachers would appreciate it too. And of course, you know, APs are coming up, spring break is coming up, and it's going to be a great final trimester of forever. It's the final trimester at Seaholm High School as we switch back to semesters in the fall. So it's going to be a great final trimester. We have a lot of great things planned, and you know, looking forward to the warmer weather and you know, getting the kids back out in the courtyard. I think MASP might be doing another performance out in the courtyard when it gets warmed up. So if you want to hear our local bands and our kids who play music, it is a great opportunity in the courtyard. Last year, you know, they do pick a random date, but they picked the most beautiful night last year for their concert. It was just nice outside. So, but yeah, so those are our big things this week. So again, if you have a junior career day, you have a 9th through 11th grade, make sure they have that computer for Friday.
Great, thanks. Just since we have him, does anybody have any questions for Mr. Wicker before I turn it over to Katie Getz to talk about Stuco? I don't know if we have anything in the chat. There's not very many of us tonight, so.
No problem. Well, I am always available. You know, don't hesitate to email or give me a call, though. I'm not often in my office to get my phone, but I try to call back within 24 hours.
Oh, believe me, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
I didn't mean to say that out loud. I didn't mean to say that.
well, I'm
Take it
mostly
away,
in my
Katie.
office, not in my office, so Katie can't find me.
You're hiding, right?
All right. Mike, and feel free to piggyback on me. Whatever. We had a great second trimester. We spent most of our trimester trying to get ready for our charity week. We raised over $10,000 this year for the GenaCast Believe in Miracles Foundation, which is amazing. Going to our state conference the last week in February, and we actually donated the most amount of money to that charity this year. So we ended up winning an award. It was called the Tanya Charity Award for donating over $10,000 to this charity. So our kids were very excited. They had no idea that I had put in, or our other students had put in for this award. So they were completely shocked when they said Seaholm this award. So that was a lot of fun. We did take 7 students to Grand Rapids for our state leadership and student congress and honor society conference. And they were all sophomores and 1 senior. They learned a ton, and they were just, their eyes were kind of open to what possibilities are out there. So I think they all had a very good time. We just started our trimester this year. Oh, we finished off our trimester, or finished our trimester off creating videos for You Matter Week. So we created these videos for all of our staff members in the building, whether it was a custodian, a teacher, a counselor, an administrator, but we talked about why they were important to us and why they mattered. So that was a fun way to kind of end the trimester, to hear kind of some positive things that students said about different teachers. So next year, or next trimester, this trimester coming up, the kids have asked a lot of questions. We had a lot kind of planned and ready to go, and then some kids started asking some questions about like what we've done in the past or what traditions were out there. So Mike kind of alluded to that. I am a Seaholm alumni along with Mike, and there were a lot of things that we did. And so the one thing we did at the beginning of the year, we did a senior sunrise. So the kids asked, could we do a senior sunset this year? So we are going to do a senior sunset, which takes place on the Wednesday, which we'll send out information, but the Wednesday before their last day of school. So Ms. Feliciano and I kind of brainstormed some ideas, and one activity that we've had that was a big, huge tradition was to do a senior dinner. So that's kind of what Mike was alluding to. So we want to bring the kids into Seaholm, have it catered. We talked about some different activities that we might be able to do there. And then we kind of exit out of the building and go do our final sunset, for their last night, really, that they're going to be in high school. So that's kind of something that's real big on the horizon. So the kids are working on that right now, and working on planning that. So we're very excited. The seniors have a lot coming up. We want to try and build these traditions for them, so they do want to stay. One thing we did last year was we had a kickball tournament, and some of the teachers got involved. So we decided this year to kind of amp that up and invite or quote unquote challenge different fifth hour classes to participate in this event. So we're going to kind of see if we have the ability to make this into a little bit of a longer assembly, do maybe a reverse X block so kids can be out and participate and they're not missing a lot of class time. But make it a school-wide event where everybody can come out. We'd like to have some food there. We'd like to have music and some different types of entertainment. I do know that the Army or the National Guard reached out to me and said that they have inflatables that they'd be willing to bring out and have kids go jump and be in inflatables. And so kind of make it a fun afternoon for those kids that last week of school, those last week the seniors are there. So that's in the works. And then the information everybody is waiting for is our prom information for our juniors and seniors. So ours is on May 10th this year. Doors will open at 6 o'clock. Dinner is served from 7 to 8. And then dancing begins at 8, and our dance will end at 10 this year. So we're hoping that we get kids there and get them excited. We are at Petrozello's this year, which is located in like right on the Troy-Rochester border, I think on Rochester Road and South Boulevard. So we are hoping to have a real fun evening that night and get all guzzied up and have a good time. The theme this year is masquerade. And so the kids have been working on what they want their table decorations to look like, what they want their color themes to be. And so we have a lot of fun things planned for the students this year at prom. So we're pretty excited. After that, there's just a lot of little projects. So I know you guys talked about, teacher appreciation. If there's anything you need from our student Congress class, we're planning on doing something for the teachers also. So let us know if there's any way we can help out, or if you guys have any ideas that you want to throw at us and say, oh, it'd be really cool if you guys did this. Please let us know. We'd love to hear that. We are looking for, going back to prom real quickly, sidetracked. We are looking for some parents. If any parents want to volunteer, they should reach out to me or Shannon Feliciano or Mike, and Mike can direct them our way. We are looking for some parents to kind of help with some setup, and then also with maybe checking in at the doors when the kids get there. So
there'll be no requirement to police the dance floor. That's not what we're looking for. Don't worry. You won't even have to interact with your children besides getting them in the door and taking their ticket.
Yeah, my poor daughter's like, "You're really putting on prom? I have to be there with you?" I was like, "Yes." So she was all excited. So yeah, we do not expect any parents to be out there. It's more of a maybe a check-in at the door. We will have prom setup committee, and if parents want to come help us set up, that would be great. Or if they want to come and help tear down, there'll be several different opportunities, and we'll put together a like a sign up genius so people can sign up too. But if anybody ever has any questions, they can reach out to Mike, can get them directed where they need to be. So I think that's about it. You let me know. What questions do you guys have for us?
Well, that was a lot of information.
Sorry, it was a lot. And I talked
No,
fast.
it was great.
So
Yeah, I think for us, if we could just have those sign up geniuses, those are the best way to get the information out so you guys can get parent volunteers for what you need. And
Perfect.
then I will let Rachel know that Stuco may be able to help her with Teacher Appreciation Week. It's just because we do something every day, and I know that even just like putting signs up in the building and things like that, she could probably use help with. So
yeah, absolutely. If there's anything you need, you just let us know. We've got kids that can run around, setting stuff up, carrying stuff in, like whatever you need, you just let us know and we are more than willing to help.
perfect. Thank you so much. We will
You're very
definitely take
welcome.
you up on that.
All right.
See, we're already working together. Awesome. And you guys are continuing we're switching to semesters, but there's still going to be Stuco class.
Yes.
Okay.
We do have, so the plan is there was a freshman leadership class that was added. I don't know what our numbers look like in that. And then also the student Congress class. So, kids are able to take that. We do have them set up for quarters. We
Okay.
would like them. I mean, obviously I would love to have all the kids all 4 quarters. That's not really the most realistic thing for all students. So we're trying to get them in 3 of the 4, but we are definitely willing to take 2 of the 4 because this isn't, important, and kids, we'd want them to be able to have options and have choices. But we're trying to get them in at least 2. We're working with the counselors to try and make them consecutive. If that works out, sometimes it might not, but we're working on this. We're trying new things. We're pretty flexible right now because we don't know how this works yet. So we're in a learning process with the counselors and with admin, and we're trying different things out. So it'll look crazy for probably a couple years, and then we'll finally get it down pat. But we all look at grace and hope that we can all just kind of work through it together and do what we need to do, be flexible.
Yeah. Well, we're just great that it's up and running. So yeah. Thank you.
So thank you guys for everything you've done for us too. So
yeah. Anybody have any questions?
I take comments or concerns too. So
I was going to say questions, comments, concerns.
But yeah, feel free to reach out too. If anybody ever has any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to us because, this is how we get better. I mean, I tell the kids every day, like, I want you to fail because failure is how sometimes we learn. I don't want you to fail, but failure is okay because we learn from those mistakes. We learn from those things. I mean, we learned a lot from Charity Week this year, and the kids actually came up with this did not work, and it was okay. It's okay that it didn't work, and we try. This is part of that learning experience. So
yeah, and it's great that they're doing it and learning from it. So
yeah,
not just everybody else running it. So
yep.
Awesome. So now I'm going to send it over to Michelle. I don't think we have any updates, but legislatively speaking,
Nope, we don't have any updates for this meeting.
okay, thanks. Michelle is moving on next year, but we have her position filled. So, and I'm going to send it over to Christina. If you could just give us we talked about that we approved some grants, but nobody actually specified which ones we approved. So I know I'm putting you on the spot here. Do you have
Sure. Well, we had a robust and creative selection this year. We had an additional 8 that we approved. Overall, we had just over 30 this year. We approved the Derby student attendance to the Seaholm musical. We approved materials to the robotics team so they could attend Worlds. We also approved some various items to the student body, to student congress. We approved the teacher training for the English department, which, by the way, they were over the moon to attend that. So 2 teachers were able to attend that conference. Spiral binding and supplies, we approved the extra class set of biology books and workbooks and the teacher manual and the history books and also the cooking club. We didn't make full grants, so not all not from the original submissions, but we were able, sorry, that's my dog. We were able to make some. So overall, we granted a total of about $16,450 this year. We had submissions of over 40,000. So we did pretty well, and everyone was very, very happy. So I think it was the largest number of submissions, at least in the last 4 years that I could see. So I don't know if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. It was perfect. So yeah, we ended up, it was sort of slim pickings at the beginning of the year. We had a lot of grants come in, and then we were able to go back through and approve some other ones, and some additional ones came in. So overall, that's what we're here to do, is put those parent dollars to good use, and we were able to do that. It all went back into the school. So thanks for that, Christina. Anything, well, I know First Fridays, Sarah, do you want to mention anything for First Fridays?
Sure, we're doing great with First Fridays. We have 2 months left. Our next one is April 5th, and we'll do May, and no June this year. We have about, I believe, 48-ish left to gift to hit the whole Seaholm staff, which is great. Everybody's been participating. I'm going to send out one more push through Kathy. We put it in the e-news every week, but I'll try to send out one more push just so that we can try to cover each staff member once, which has been fabulous. I also want to put in a plug for the senior party. I'm on the committee for that, and I'm in charge of the memory tiles. So we just sent out a note. Joe had a note sent out this last week in the e-news for that. And if you know anybody that wants to get a senior memory tile, it's $100, and they can contact me. And I will also have Kathy Tendera send out a note about that. I just picked up the information from last year's chair yesterday, so I'm looking at a deadline of probably April 19th for getting all those submitted, so that we can try to get those on time before the seniors graduate, hoping to get them on the walls before end of the year so that they can actually see them. We'll see if that works, since I just received the information. So that's all on those subjects.
Great, thanks. And I know the monthly treats is full, so thank you to everybody who sponsored those. We're full for the rest of the year, and that's just monthly treats is just PTA subsidizes half of the treats, and then a family subsidizes the other half. And then once a month they have usually a themed treat that's brought in. I know last month was a Valentine's Day theme. It was super cute, so it was very post worthy. So that was nice. Joe, do you have anything to add? You've been posting away.
No, just posting away, getting ready for the final push for the seniors this year. I remember last year there was quite a bit of information. Sarah and the senior party team provided me with a document that allowed me to put some links out there. So trying to communicate all that needs to be communicated across our different channels. So keep the cards and letters coming, as they say.
Perfect. That's actually my, if I have time, yeah, I do. My new business was just actually the e-news, just so everybody could see where it's at. The e-news actually has the information for, nope. Oh, this was I meant to show you this. This is the Volunteer of the Year form. But I wanted to show, of course, the button is right by where I have to click. There we go. Looks like I have to refresh it. I wanted to go down to, oh, now it's refreshing. So this is the e-news, and I just wanted to show you guys that in the e-news we have, why isn't it letting me scroll through it's showing you all the PTA stuff, so that's good. But it actually has all there's the monthly treats. This is what was happening for February. The senior information. So senior information is starting to come out. So if you do have a senior, make sure you watch the e-news, make sure you watch our Facebook pages, make sure you watch the Seaholm Insta pages and Facebook pages as well. So, but you'll start getting a lot of information. But if you're ever like, I missed that, where did it go? Chances are it came through on the e-news. So the senior all-night party, and then the tickets are starting to be sold. Maybe you already bought it though during registration. So go ahead and check your eFunds receipts. Maybe you'll find anything you purchased in there. The yard signs are for sale. They also have college yard signs now if you'd like to do that. These are the wall tiles that Sarah talked about. And then there is a big push for prizes and basket donations for the all-night party. So that sign up is here as well. Workers are needed for that all-night party. So that's there as well. And then the due dates, basically, when are I guess it already passed, right? So, but the last thing is the deadline for the recognition ad in the yearbook. So that's still open. May 9th is that. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to take a minute just to point people to the e-news and make sure you're able to use that to find the information that you need for the senior, a lot of the senior stuff. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to talk about, add to the conversation? The floor is open.
I have a question. I'm sorry I arrived late. I was at the track meeting for Mari. Did you guys already talk about the May 6th district awards ceremony? Did Luz talk about that at all?
We did. We talked about it.
Perfect.
Yep. We talked about that we're hosting it. Seaholm's hosting it, and you've been working on it, and it's in the auxiliary gym, and we have 3 award winners from state level award winners from Seaholm.
Great.
Yeah. Yep. Did you want to add anything?
No, that's perfect. I just want to make sure everybody was aware of the date.
Yeah.
The time.
It
7
is
p.m.
invitation only. It's not really an open event. I do want to mention that. But there are a lot of people that get invited, but it is an invite only type of event. But it's nice that it travels around the district each year. So Seaholm will, we won't have it again for a while. So it's nice that we have it this year. That's kind of like why we're talking about it. Our next meeting is April 9th. So we will present the slate for next year during that meeting. We will also, I'm not sure if, Luz, when are the Volunteer of the Year award winners due to you?
So we need them by the 19th, the latest the 19th, because we got to get it printed for the program.
Okay, so we'll probably we're going to be doing e-votes in the form, but we'll probably just announce the Volunteer of the Year at that meeting as well. And then the May 14th meeting is our last and final as a larger group for the year. And that's where we invite all of the 8th grade families, the incoming freshman families, and we just sort of go over a Q&A about what's it like to be a high schooler and what things to look out for, and to try and give them some tips and tricks from some of the, you know, some of us that have been through it. So that's sort of the schedule for the rest of the year. But if there's any topics that anybody wants to bring up or talk about, please feel free to reach out to any of us and we'd be happy to put them on the agenda for future review. I might invite somebody from the all night party next, probably for the next meeting, so they can talk about anything, any final pushes for that. But yeah, we're kind of winding things up. So, and if is there anything else? Anybody? No. I know there was one question whether or not there was the college advisor speaker. I don't know if anybody was able to reach out to, if Robin was able to reach out for that for something for next year. Yeah, Mr. Wicker, that was that. Somebody who had given a speech in the community, and there were talks of maybe being able to bring her to Seaholm to be able to.
Yes, I will tell you that our college and career counselor is on it, but she's also in charge of career day, which is Thursday. So that's kind of been the big push that she's been working on right now. So it is on her list of things to look into. Perfect.
Thank you. Well, I don't think there's anything else. I don't have anything else. So at 8:20, I motion to adjourn this PTA meeting. Can I have a motion to adjourn? I need a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Thanks, Jen. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, you guys. Joe and Sarah simultaneously.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. All right. Well, everybody have a good night and a good try, I guess. A good start of the try. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Stopping the recording.